Hello there, and in this video I'm going to be talking about and showing you every LEGO Star Wars set that comes out for May of 2025. Now this video is specifically not my May the 4th be with you buyer's guide. That's going to be a separate video in the coming week or so once we find out more info on like what sets have double VIP points, because I think we still don't know that. But anyway, we're going to discuss set by set, and if you didn't know, I've already got some reviews of some of the May 2025 sets on the channel, so check those out if for some reason you haven't yet. Now the first set I want to discuss is one that I haven't shown pictures of on the channel yet, in the 40765 Camino Training Facility. This is the May 4th promo for this year, the main one. Its threshold is $160. That's what you gotta spend to get it during the May the 4th Be With You promotional period, and it's crazy good. I cannot believe how nice this one is. You know, they've kind of gotten back into a good groove with May 4th promos over the past few years. I was quite down on it, and it seems like they are really, truly, fully back to having made May 4th great again. It really is awesome to see a promo like this. Now, the downside that people will comment is they want to buy more than one. And it's a double-edged sword, you know? You make a promo so good, people want to buy more. That, you know, if that's the worst thing about the promo, we'll take it, right? I think that's better than getting some of the bad things that we've gotten, in my opinion. But anyway, you've got the Clone Cadets, which we've never had before in LEGO Star Wars, and shockingly, for a promotional set, yet meanwhile, in a $300 set, we can't get this, we have dual-molded legs on 3 of the figures, and we have arm printing, which we also usually don't get in more expensive than free, I guess. I know you have to spend $160 to get it, but it's additional to what you're already paying for, right? And so the quality of these minifigs is just crazy good. Now, there's a couple of smaller builds included with a weapons rack and a blaster tower, so you can actually have the clones train against it, which is nice. And then there's a build in the KE-8 Enforcer. I think that's the in-universe name. You can see it more or less briefly in the background of Attack of the Clones. It's not something that I ever like committed to memory. Like if you had shown me that ship without telling me, or, you know, having everything else in context before all of the rumors popped up, I wouldn't have known exactly what it was. That's how niche it is. It is not something that's very well known, and that's an even cooler part about this year's May 4th promo is just how off the rails the actual build is, and it looks pretty good for a small May 4th, you know, build for a promo. I guess the downside is that you can't have it displayed really in a flying position, which is how, you know, we're probably, I would say, used to it looking. It's how you see it in the background. So that's the one thing I also wish you could do with it. But other than that, I mean, this is a perfect May 4th promo. Okay, one more gripe, the box art. I'll save it for my review, but if you know what I'm getting at. Next, you got the $100 chopper with 1,039 pieces. This thing is looking great. It is available for pre-order along with some other sets that come out on May 1st, and I'll put my affiliate link in the description below if you do want to pre-order some of the sets, but I really, really do not recommend doing that because you actually will not get the May 4th promo when you pre-order them. So LEGO is really trying to scam y'all. Don't pre-order. I'm not even going to put my link there. Don't pre-order. Don't do it. It's stupid. Anyway, the box art for Chopper here looks super clean. He's got his printed display plaque with some great information. You've also got the Chopper minifig, which does, once again, have back printing. Then the actual build for Chopper is also just incredible. It's so good looking. It's built very similarly to the R2-D2 from last year, as in it's got the retractable third leg, and it's got some other attachments that you can take on and take off very easily. And then the head can actually shake, which is really cool. I mean, you have to physically shake it. It's not a robotic function, but it's still such a cool buildable character. So I think this will be a great one to add to the lineup, and it's a good splash of different colors that you don't usually see with LEGO Star Wars. The next set is the $10 Luke Skywalker pilot brickheads, 138 pieces, and I think this will be the first LEGO Star Wars like normal brickheads with the newer, thinner sized box, which is disappointing because they kind of had a really good thing going with those brickheads boxes being all the same size for a long time. But yeah, nothing that is a Luke Skywalker pilot anything will ever be like hyped or exciting like a Jango Fett UCS Slave 1 will be to the community, but this is a really solid brickheads, and obviously if you like Luke Skywalker, it's going to make a lot of sense to pick up. Now the brickhead set that's absolutely getting all of the hype this year is the Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains set for $50 with 656 pieces. This thing looks incredible. We'll start with Anakin, I suppose, and it looks like Anakin actually has interchangeable eyes, because in one picture he's got normal like black eyes, and then in another picture he's got red and yellow Sith eyes, so you can definitely swap those out, and I think the Anakin looks looks really good. Palpatine is there with him. I'm kind of questionable about the black robes versus the red robes. I thought red was very much the Revenge of the Sith color, but maybe he changes to black later, right? So maybe that works. But I was kind of hoping it'd be like the dark red Palpatine that you actually see in his office or whatever. Next up, we have Mace Windu, and I saw someone comment, why are there studs on top of Mace Windu's head? And I thought that was very funny. But yeah, I think the Mace Windu looks nice. Nice to finally get a Mace Windu brickheads. Then we're finally getting a General Grievous brickheads. And when I saw the first leaked image of this was the picture I saw, and I thought he only had 2 arms and 2 lightsabers, and I was like, ah, man, you can't do General Grievous and not give him 4 arms and 4 lightsabers. And then when the full pictures got revealed, you can see here, he does actually include the 4 lightsabers, which is so sick. Obviously, the printed, like, mouth area, printed Sith eyes, same piece that Anakin and Palpatine have there, even though I guess he's technically not a Sith, right? But I think the General Grievous is very cool, and having Grievous here, but not in episode 3 Obi-Wan does really suck. I'm going to say that. And that also goes for the fact that Anakin's in here as well. Like, not having the episode 3 Obi-Wan is a big downer. Obviously, the reason he's not here is because there's an Obi-Wan Kenobi brickheads with Darth Vader that I think is still available, and maybe it just retired, I'm not sure. But that Obi-Wan is similar to what it would be here, so like that's the rationale, but I just disagree. You should have included it here. Like, he's one of the iconic characters to Revenge of the Sith. You got to have him in his Revenge of the Sith outfit here, so that's my biggest gripe with the set. The biggest surprise of the set to me was Padme. Not the fact that they included a Padme. It's the fact that they included the pregnant Padme. I thought pregnant Padme, because Anakin chokes her. I can understand why LEGO probably wouldn't want to do that, but also, like, I think they should do anything that's in the Star Wars universe that's officially canon from Disney, because if you're going to do one thing, your can of worms is open. It's silly if you're going to draw lines in the sand. If you're going to do a theme, just do anything, right? So pregnant Padme to me is crazy. I saw someone say at some point that they expect there to be a couple of studs inside of her stomach to represent Luke and Leia inside of her, so I thought that would be a cool Easter egg to expect. The next set is fairly simple. Yeah, I would say surprisingly controversial, or at least it gets a lot of flack for its price at $60 with 700 pieces. You know, it just is such a simplistic set that a lot of people are going to look at that and not want to buy it, but I think it looks really clean. I love the greebled look in between the lettering of the logos. I think they got the font down pat here. It looks so good in my opinion, and they've got a little Easter egg inside showing off the Star Destroyer chasing down the Tantive 4. Not particularly in scale, but I think it works well enough for something that's inside of a little logo. Now, the comparison to be drawn here is to the Marvel one, which included a bunch of figures. So I think it is a bit disappointing that this one doesn't include figures, but also they should have just included a George Lucas figure with this set. It's been a long time coming for them to put a George Lucas figure in something, and this would have been it, and it's not here, and that just sucks. Anyway, next we've got a couple of Force Awakens sets. It is the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, so I assume that is why these are coming out now, starting with the Kylo Ren helmet here, $70 for 529 pieces, and I thought the helmet looked pretty thin at first, especially in the back. I thought it was supposed to flare out a bit more, and the more I look at it, the more I like it. I think it's a really clean looking helmet, and I guess the highlight for many people is going to be that all of those pieces on there are printed, which is great. I think the designer on the live stream said that he originally tried to brick build it, which I was like, there's no way you could do that. I mean, you'd have to be, I don't know how, I don't think it matters how talented you are. That would be crazy to brick build. So the printed tiles, it makes a lot of sense there, and I'm sure that's why the piece count feels low for the price on this one in particular, compared to some of the other helmet sets that you'll see out there, and the size of it, it looks a bit thin for $70. So yeah, but those printed pieces, like, if you're gonna make it perfect, I don't care if the price is high, right? That's okay to me. The other Force Awakens set is Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle MIDI scale set, or Starship Collection set, and this one looks really good if it's not on its stand, I would say. I think when you put it on the stand, it looks dumb. I don't know what it is about that stand design that just doesn't mesh with specifically this set. I think for all of the other, I'm looking behind me, all the other MIDI scale sets, that stand, like, is fine. It's not really a knock against anything in particular, other than that I think that combination of two things there is an odd combination of things. But anyway, the shuttle looks real clean. It does have the ability to fold the wings. It looks even sillier with the wings folded up, not gonna lie. And if you know, the wings are technically supposed to like split in half, but they don't do that in this MIDI scale set, which I'm not surprised by. It didn't need to. It was not a required feature to me, because like, good luck being able to do that at this scale. Just not gonna happen. So I like the command shuttle and I like the stand, but for whatever reason, I don't like them together. It's just, like I said, just a weird combination of things. I also don't like the price. You ready for this one? $70. 386 pieces. Bang. Bang. Oh, no. Yeah, it's that crazy. Yeah, this one is not going to be worth the money. This one's going to definitely be a shelf warmer. Absolutely going to be a shelf warmer. This is going to be one that you'll find on clearance for like $35. So this is not a day one buy. Don't buy this set. Just wait for it, and you will get it for probably pretty mad cheap. Next, we've got the Rebel U-Wing, $70, 594 pieces. I've already got a full review in comparison up on my channel, but I generally like the look of this set other than the bulkiness or blockiness of the engines. It's pretty clean looking. I think they did a good job with the downsides on this one. It's also got some banger figures with Dedra, K2SO, Andor, and an ISB agent. But unfortunately, Dedra's legs aren't the prettiest, but they look okay enough. I don't know. I'm trying to rationalize it. They really should have been dual molded. We're spending good money for this stuff. Lego's making record profits. They should put dual molded legs on Dedra. They put 3 dual molded legs and a free GWP. Think about it. If you bought 3 U-Wing sets on May 4th, you'd get 0 dual molded legs with the actual sets you bought. And then the free set that they hand you when you buy those sets, you get 3 pairs of dual molded legs. Make that make sense. You can't. I don't feel like I have strong feelings on this set one way or the other. I feel like this is one that people are going to buy regardless because of the figures and because it's the only available Cassian Andor show set. And that leaves us with 2 more sets for May 1st. And I think I saved the best for last year with the Jango Fett's helmet, $70, 616 pieces. And I was thinking about it. I did a Worst the First video on helmet sets. I put Boba Fett's helmet first. This helmet is effectively a 5-year better version of Boba Fett's helmet. It technically, in my mind, should therefore be the best Lego Star Wars helmet set of all time, right? Other than that it has some stickers on top. And they showed the stickers on the Lego Star Wars May 4th live stream that I did a reaction to on the channel yesterday. And the stickers go all the way around the head. They should have printed it. They should have just printed it. For $70, you have to print that. You printed it in the Kylo Ren's helmet, but you didn't print it here. It's just cheap and lazy. And then on top of that, it's all going to be miscolored because the light gray doesn't match the light gray with Lego Star Wars stickers anymore. It's really, really unfortunate, in my opinion, that these are not going to end up printed. So you got to watch out for that, I think. But otherwise, this helmet is looking real fresh and clean. I am very excited to put it next to my UCS Jango Slave 1. Now, the final set, of course, is the UCS Jango Fett Slave 1, $300 with 2,970 pieces. It's got that great Jango Fett figure with the new rangefinder. It's got that terrible young Boba Fett minifig with no redeeming qualities, and it's got the immaculate Jango Slave 1 build. I cannot believe how good that build is, especially when you look at it side by side with the 2015 Boba Fett Slave 1. It's incredible how much they were able to upgrade a set that I used to think was like a top 5 set of all time, but now I can't because it's clearly been surpassed with this newer build. The new one just made the old one look dated, which is absolutely a good thing. And people are really hyped about this Jango Slave 1. It's a very exciting set. So much so, I posted this on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, link in the description. But the first 24 hours of my review of Jango Slave 1 is the most views I think I've ever gotten on a video in the first 24 hours, because I checked a couple others that you would think maybe would come close, the UCS Venator being the closest I could find. In its first 24 hours, it had 189,000 views. And I thought the Slave 1 in Jango Fett's here was going to be like reasonably niche, not something I would have really truly expected Lego to make. I thought they were going to remake Bobas before they would make something like this. But this set might actually be pretty popular. I was shocked. I just was actually shocked to see that kind of viewership on the video. So I just thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Anyway, yeah, that's the final May 4th set. It's the UCS set for this year. And it ends, by the way, I think it was a 13-year streak of Lego Star Wars May the 4th UCS sets being from the original trilogy. So yeah, it's about dang time. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that like button if you did. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my May the 4th buyer's guide. Again, that'll be out as soon as I'm able to find out what actual sets for Lego are going to have double VIP points, because people are going to want to know that as part of the buyer's guide. And I'm not going to make the buyer's guide without that information, because I know I'll get a bunch of comments and the video will just feel incomplete. So gotta wait for that. But anyway, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.